Space Texans launching one. Here we go. Hey, big talks about the primes with my Space Texans brothers. We have Midnight Movie Trash and Frankie Z Photography. Midnight Movie Trash, Daniel D Block. At least introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Daniel here, reporting for duty.
Yeah.
What's up, boys? Frankie from Frankie Z Photography. Finally, we got to meet up again. It's been I don't know how long since we did a podcast.
Man.
So happy to be here.
Yeah, dude. God, you brought up, man. I caught some injuries. Work got busy. Holidays got crazy. And, we all met up and said, hey, let's really push it. Life happens, but we are decided to work on some things that's going to help us make more consistent content. I like the meeting and ideas we had, and we're going to build on that. But Frankie, you're on deck. You're our lead pitcher tonight. You are going to lead the show with the opening, and we want to talk about Frankie Z Photography, what's going on in your world. I know you're always out there finding, I've seen this man work in person. You're always getting good deals out there when it comes to firearms, accessories, or just photography. I've just seen you beat the house so many times, man. So what's been going on with you on that end?
Yeah, so everything's been good. As for photography equipment, I haven't really been buying lately. I'm pretty much set with the gear that I have, at least for the first half of the year. I may sell and then, switch around my equipment later on during the year, but for now, everything's good. Still doing pawn shop hopping. Been picking up a whole bunch of jewelry, James Avery, Pandora, what do you call it? Those little 1 ounce coins and bars and stuff like that. The most recent pickup was today. Can I switch the camera? Yes. Picked up this bad boy. Streamlight TLR1HL.
Nice.
$70 out the door. They run about 120, 130 new.
Yeah.
And I picked up this guy, another one for $50 out the door. So those are my recent finds when it comes to firearm stuff. But the rest is just jewelry and stuff like that.
Hey, I was with you one day at the gun show, and I saw you picking up coins like silver and copper. Can you explain the benefits to people who may not understand why you would do that?
Yeah, so silver, it's never going to go down in value. It's only going up nowadays, especially with what's going on with the economy. Silver and gold is really, is a really good investment right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have tons and tons of it right now, but I bought it low. So right now it's at a record high, I believe, still, or at least it was a week ago. But yeah, it's something good. You got a little bit extra cash from each paycheck. Go grab a couple coins and store them away because they're always going to be worth money, down the line. We were talking about that the other day too, because there's a bunch of collectible coins. Like D Block, he has a couple of the ones from John Wick.
Yep.
0.999 silver ounces. And I'm actually thinking of picking up a couple too.
Yeah, that Beskar bar you showed me, man. I was like, man, that's Space Texans right there. We should play some cards and just put Beskar bars on and gamble a night away and have some drinks,
Yeah, thinking of picking up a couple too, but we'll see.
Well, and for inflation wise, it's like an SHTF when say world economy is destabilized, or just people like to invest in crypto, which has their backup outlet. It wouldn't hurt, like you said, just maybe a check or two, pick up a coin or two. And you never know what you're gonna need, man. I know in Ukraine, when they started leaving the country, when that war popped off, people were using crypto and precious metals to pay their way out of Ukraine, or to get flights to get out as the war was kicking off. So not a bad advice, actually really good advice for everybody out there. And I learned, dude, I was surprised to see how many people were buying it. It felt like it was more people are buying now than ever for my first time seeing it.
Yeah, and I like silver and gold just because it's physical. You have a physical item, on you that's pretty much economy proof, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be worth money. And if you look at crypto, I was dealing in a lot of crypto too, but it's dropped really bad. It's a lot of people losing their ass on it. So
everybody's waiting for the run. It hasn't come yet.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago, around December time, it was booming. It was booming. So, I say if you do get it, buy low now and just hold, man, and just hold and hope. A lot of hope that hold.
Yeah, I made a ton of cash on flipping Dogecoin and and a couple other ones. So the money's there. You just gotta. It's all gambling though, man. It's all
It's like
it's
betting
all
on the
playing
right
odds.
horse, like when you're
Yeah,
crypto, like you got your XRP, you got your Cardanos, you got your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, whatever new the Shibu, uh
yeah.
everybody has their own fan base, but there's some guys who don't even care about the outcome. They just care that they can flip it, skim off the top, flip it, skim off the top. And that's something good about meme coins, that it's not a long term. And some people argue that, hey, it is a long term deal. But yeah, man, ain't that what else been going on with you, Frank?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to keep up with work and school, and yeah, nothing too crazy. Um, how's everything going with y'all? Any updates?
Um, we've been working on our builds, man. I've been, late. I don't know, this year we're the Space Texas Brotherhood. We started building rifles together, and originally we started off like buying a palmetto lower and a palmetto upper and putting it together. And that was like, hey, it was like us building a rifle. And then I remember back in the day, D Block had a ton of equipment. I remember you were like getting into making your own rounds. You had building up, you had parts, you had tools to build your own ARs. And we started talking about it one day, and we started looking at the prices, of a strip lower. And the more we looked at it, and he's built one before for me. I don't know. I found out you had a lot of experience building ARs. I think you said you built yours mostly around the pandemic, around COVID, right?
Yeah, I built a bunch during pandemic. I even helped my neighbors build some.
Mhm.
They paid for the parts. I just helped them put them together. So ATF, if you're watching,
Mhm.
I wasn't buying and making
All
products.
serial numbers, everything's accounted for. you
Yes,
know
exactly. Yeah.
But so we started building us our projects, and it's been something that we do together, man. We'll have a barbecue, maybe have like a couple ice colds, and build together. It's been fun. It's been something like just doing bro stuff, doing cool stuff. Who would like to talk about their build first? Like, I'll give the floor.
Well, mine's the simplest. I've rebuilding an AR, and so I'm halfway done. That's as far as I've gotten as the lower complete, and I have what, 1/4, maybe 1/2 of an upper built, but that one's gonna get a pre-built upper,
Yeah,
just to finish it out faster.
yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, go ahead, Frank. You guys on?
Oh no, no, I was just saying nice.
Yeah. No, I remember we are talking about building lowers, and when you first look at it, it can look really like intimidating, but then you're like, we tried it out and we learned how to do it. And then I was talking to one of the guys at Brown Eagle in San Antonio Armory. And I was telling that, we're just getting into it, and we enjoy building them. It's nothing crazy, nothing, I'm not posing on shorts trying to be cool. It's just something me and my bros, we've enjoyed doing. It's become like a space Texan thing for us. And I was telling him, like, we're building lowers, and we want to learn to build uppers, but I want to see how hard it is. He goes, honestly, building lowers is the hardest part. Building the uppers are easy. You just need the tools to build the uppers. And Block was talking about when he built his last AR, your lower. Tell him what messed up on it, man.
I went through the entire build with no springs popping, no indents flying, and I did one turn less. I was short one turn for the buffer spring indent pin, so
Yeah.
I got it, and I pushed the buffer tube in, and it locked in. I thought I was good. So when I went to put the M4 stock, it slid down, and the buffer tube popped out, the indent popped, everything.
I see.
And I was like,
That's
shit.
frustrating.
So luckily, I'm a firm believer of having spare parts. So I was like, the spring was still there, just that little end nipple thing flew. So I went and grabbed another one, and I was like, all right, fucker, I'm gonna finish it. I did it, and that one flew out too.
Mm.
So I had to get actually I have it right here. I had to get this little concoction of a magnet deal, and ballpark area where I saw it hit.
No,
So I found it.
that is brilliant.
I was able to complete, the lower. But I took everything apart. I got, the takedown pin back in there, got the proper turn on it, and we were good from there. But there's always got to be one damn part that has to mess with you.
Oh, man, you know what's funny? You brought up the indent. I remember we were talking about it when I was going to build mine with you guys. And I was like, "Hey man, you're gonna need spare." I'm a firm. He said it just like he said right now. I'm a firm believer in having spare parts, and I'll never forget it, man. The first time we're doing it, and the indents are like this small. They are super small. So if you have carpet, at first when you tell me this, I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure." I'm like, "It's a part. How it could be fine?" And then when I see it, so we're at is we're in the, you have your man. I don't know if you know, we have the D Block Midnight Movie Trash Man Cave Studio, and we're building it. And sure enough, man, phew, that thing flies, dude. And I'm like, we have no clue where this thing is at, bro. And we had to actually dip into block stash of indents, man. And right to bear. If you order a lower part build kits, right to bear.com. They're the only ones I've ordered from that actually give you extra indents. And that's something that I didn't know.
And
was
springs.
And springs. Because you told me about that. You said that's not normal or something like that.
Yeah.
Right to bear.com. Go ahead.
Yeah, and there was multiple springs and indents that flew that build.
The whiskey was cold that day.
We every time we put it apart, we were taking drinks. We're like, oh, cheers.
Yeah. I still have those recorded, by the way.
That's the we learned our lesson. We drink after we build.
Yeah, after. Yeah. But I had a lot of positive messages, man, because it was just like, hey, y'all just like good old boys having a good old time, Yeah. For me, my bane was always the trigger guard. And for some reason, the trigger guard, I could never get this pin to go in flush. And I jinxed it because this is my build, this is my AR. I watched the video. I forgot I don't know if it was 704 Tactical or Outlaw. What's his name? Outlaw. He's really cool. I like something Outlaw. And they were saying, huh? Honest Outlaw, I think it was Honest Outlaw. They were saying the trigger guards are usually a hit or miss. He goes, if you have the extra money, spend the extra $5-10 and get yourself the ones with the trigger guards already there. So me being a noob, like, they had those Andersons, and I'm new to Anderson, but I'm like, hey, they're $29.99. And that's a good deal. Frank will hit you up. Hey, bro, they're $29.99, or right now they're $32 arms. But I built this one with you guys. We built this one together, but this has always been the bane. So right to bear for both of them. One of them was too slim. The other one was too thick. I couldn't get it in when I was trying to press it in. So what I ended up doing was getting the trigger guard from, help me out, guys. Magpul, yeah. Because I never was like, why would somebody want a polymer trigger guard? And the more I dealt with this on my last build and second build, I was like, from now I'm just going to buy the Magpul. And we even at blocks on that particular build you're talking about, what was that pin? It was not the indent. It was the one we had to go to AutoZone to get it.
No, yeah, it was the
it was the indent. We actually didn't have nothing to fit. The trigger guard was just flopping left and right. So we ended up having to go to AutoZone that night, order a pack that just had one. And we smashed that, but mashed it in there, and that worked. But right to bear, it wasn't their fault. And they actually hooked me up, man. They gave me $30 credit because it's happened for two lower build kits. Again, I'm new to this, so I bought that and they gave me $30 off. So I used that $30 off to buy the lower build kit for this one to help build up this Anderson. And this I caught the upper, so 223 Wild stainless steel upper from Radical Arms. I got it at Primary Arms, and I caught it. It's the blend. They have the blend sales after Christmas. I think I paid $149, $150 for the upper. And $69.99 for the bolt carrier was from Diamondback, and I caught that one on sale too. So I love this one. I'm excited about it, and of course I do the cheap sling thing. I got the sling at the gun show. So Frank, what builds you got going on?
Well, before we get to that, what are you? What's your total for your build so far?
On this one, build?
Yeah,
I want to say this was like with that $30 credit. With a right to bear, I want to say I'm in the 299s or like 305s for this build right here. And then
with optic or without optic?
Without optic.
Okay.
Yeah, the optic, no way. But I did get the optic on sale. I think I got that optic for like, was it 89 or 90? I'm trying to remember.
What?
The optic, was it 90 or?
It was 89.
89. I got the optic, the AR optic from Bush. I caught it on sale. I used the PayPal. It broke into 4 payments. Because I had just bought all those parts, but when you really I need an optic. So I went ahead and did the plan, and I paid it off. It was 4 payments for $89.99. It was pretty chill. Didn't even realize it was coming out my check. You know, so
And that's the Bushnell AR optics, right?
yeah, Bushnell AR optic. And you know, I've always been an Ironside guy, old Ironside, so I'm getting into optics because I was always that young guy. I got Ironside, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
As you get older, that superpower ain't as great as it used to be. So I find myself looking at optics and red dots now. You helped us find a red dot the other day that was priced on Palmetto for like $35, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's that Crimson Trace. It gets a lot of hate, but honestly, I've had a good 3 or 4. I've had zero issues with them.
Yeah, $35, bro. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
expect for 35? You know?
Exactly. If it sucks, just throw in a little 22.
Yeah. I mean,
But this one is my build.
oh,
So all my parts I got used. I got the Magpul A2 stock for like $20 at the flea market, and it's legit, 100%. I went with the Ruger handguard I got off of one of the rifles I picked up a long time ago. Threw a Vortex, what do you call it? LPVO on it. Got the Magpul handguard. So yeah, she's a little beast. And I think this one's Anderson. Yeah, this one's Anderson.
Yeah.
I got my little light on it. But yeah, this is my build that I ended up doing. Without the optic and without the flashlight, I'm at about 325.
That's legit.
350 max.
Mm-hmm.
Super cheap build because I got all the parts at really good deals at flea markets and at the gun shows.
Yeah, but you're being very humble because that rifle looks beautiful and you rattle can that.
Yeah,
you know,
I forgot.
You're very humble about that.
Yeah, this is my first rattle can job I did,
and it is beautiful.
Yeah, it came out great. I dig it. I know a lot of people don't like rattle can their rifles, but I like it. It's cool.
Well, I remember you mentioned it. You know, me, I've always been like, black M16, black AR. I never thought of nothing to do nothing like that. And I remember you talking about it in the Space Texans chat. And then one day we had a barbecue at your place, by the way, a great barbecue, man. He had leftovers. I took it home. My whole family raised barbecue, brother. But to see it in person, man, it looked nice. It didn't look, because at first I was like, I don't know about that, because back in Iraq, there was this one guy. His name was a Blocker, coincidentally. His last name.
Nice.
And he's a cool dude, smart dude, cool dude. Then one day, we have our rifles, and one day he's, when sergeant's going off, what the heck's going on with your rifle? Dude spray painted his rifle blue in Iraq.
Oh,
how or why, I don't know. He went to the point of putting a Superman logo on. Oh man, he got chewed. It was the funniest thing. But just the fact that some people were in there, why would you paint it blue? Like a real vomit problems, So that one. So for me, whenever you say rattle cannon, that triggered that memory. I'm like, spray painting rifles is bad. Spray painting rifles is bad. But to see it in person, it does look really good. And I feel like it increased its quality because, as a person who likes firearms, I mean, I thought, man, like this, I'm actually going to probably, it'll either be this one or the Stormtrooper build I'm doing. It'll be this one or Stormtrooper build. I'm going to try to rattle can with you. Of course, I'm going to seek your wisdom on this too, and experience. Yeah. But one thing about the thing, you ever talking about the COVID, man, how you were like, I thought that was so amazing because I didn't know you had built that many ARs till then.
Oh yeah, no, I built a good amount. But real quick, back to the whole spray painting your gun. If you do decide to do it, watch some videos. You have to tape off parts where paint can get into the internal parts. Otherwise, you're going to have functioning issues. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're bringing it up, but we are giving you the warning. If you do decide to do it, make sure you know what you're doing before you
do your research or seek people like I would seek Frank, who has experience doing it. Not that Frank, has more experience, and plus you've actually painted other things in your past. You have a background in it.
Oh yeah. No, I've painted murals and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I worked with 2 other artists down the valley. We used to do that as side gigs and stuff. So yeah, if anybody has questions, definitely reach out.
Is that the 956 Valley?
Yeah, 956.
Shout out to the 956.
Yeah. Oh, and also I forgot to bring up for the barbecue, we actually built my my nephew's first AR-15.
That's right. The gun show.
Yeah.
You know, this is a good segue in your
Yeah.
the segue into the gun show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
No. Yeah. So the gun show is great. If anybody out there wants to build their first, AR-15, you can get really good deals at the gun show. We go out there, you'll find what do you call it? Stocks, $20, $10, 15, and that's Magpul stocks. You get UTG, you get foregrips, $5 a piece. I picked up a couple. I already threw them on all my rifles. You can get angled foregrips and all top quality stuff for $5, $10 a piece. And we've gone out there. A lot of the builds that I've done have been gun show builds. So yeah, it's a really good spot to go to. I think the last one we went to was that Al Zafir Shrine.
Yeah, we've gone
in
to
San
like
Antonio.
2 or 3 of those over there. It was good experience, man.
Yeah, no, it's really fun out there, and everybody's really cool. Don't worry about going out there thinking you're going to be judged. There was a guy walking around with green hair. He kind of looked like the Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody treats you with respect. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, they even had somebody from the transgender community, and nobody was treated different. Everybody was talking firearms and passion for the field, like, so I really feel like that group of people gets a really bad rap, and I didn't see any type of judgment, any type of negativity, maybe jokes, because that's what Joes do, but it was just a good time. Everybody was nice. If you had a question, nobody looked down on you like, what are you doing here, son? Some of the parts we got, man, like the pistol grip and the charging handle. Okay, his nephew had bought this charging handle. Do you remember the vendor's name? I can't remember his name, but
I don't remember.
How much was it? Like 20 or 15?
It was $20 because he was like, "What parts do I need to upgrade?" I'm like, "That's one of the first things you need to get rid of. Throw away your old charging handle, and you have to upgrade to it."
Yeah, and I didn't think much of it because I always use like the traditional charging handle. And we were at the barbecue, we're checking out the build, and I pulled it, and it was smooth, man. It was smooth. The color was good, felt solid. I've had the 660, 61 charging handle. It feels real flimsy. And it was legit. It was, I don't know, it was probably 771, but it was good. I went and bought one the next day. I bought a black one, and that's the one I actually had on here. I have the other. That's the one I have on this one. This is it right there. He has the purple version. I got the black version. And I also got this from there too for about $10, 10, 12. And one thing at the gun show, if you pay cash, you can get a lower price. I noticed that. They want to pay cash. And also I learned this from Frankie Z. Negotiate. Never accept the offer on the tag, man.
Nope.
And
no, there's always wiggle room.
And what was the other one? We had one guy up. It was like Sunday, it was like a last hour. Remember those pool handguards we got? We got it for what, 15? Or was it 20?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was an Asian guy. He was a nice gentleman. And he goes, it was like 15 or 20, right? Because remember you were saying, hey man, those Magpul guards, those are pretty good priced. And you're like, hey, go offer him like 15, see what he says. It's about to close anyways, and he took it, man. He said, and he goes, y'all came at the end of the time. We're like, all right, you can have it.
So he's the same guy that I got. She's a heavy girl that I got this one from for $20. He's the same Asian dude that hooked it up in real good prices there.
Yeah. I know it sounds crazy. I can't remember the brand, but I was walking around hungry because you walk a lot. It's it's a legit like a convention. If you ever go to cons, Comic Cons, horror cons, there's a lot of walking. Just think about that with firearms. Of course, everybody's responsible there. There's background checks and all that good stuff. But there's a lady selling salsa there, man. And I was hungry, bro. I haven't ate. Me and you were walking. We were looking for parts, trying to put your stuff together for your nephew. I'm looking for parts. I was looking for a part for block. I can't remember what it was at the time, but I was trying to see I was looking for a buffer tube for you. Couldn't find a good deal. That's a one item I could not find a good deal at. But they tried the salsa, man. This lady's got some good salsa, bro. I'm probably gonna buy it every time I go there. That salsa kicks, and it's from Texas. It's made in Texas. It's like a local family, not local, but I'm somewhere down south, and they make it. And they go to the gun shows and they sell it there. I'm probably gonna buy one every time I go there. So that's probably gonna be a part of my budget because my family loved it, man. The tacos
Oh.
hit.
Some salsa.
Who? I mean, dude, come on. If I go to a gun show and buy your salsa's pretty darn good, yo. I mean, I had no intention of buying that thing. I was like, yo, that's Frank. I had the bag and everything.
Yep.
Go ahead, Block. What were you gonna say, man? My bad, brother.
No, I was about to say that it's damn good salsa if you're picking it up at the gun show and be like, I'm going to gun show for what? Go get some salsa.
Yeah. Well, I felt like there was like a little judgment. You know, that's the only time I felt judgment. It's like I'm over here. I'm gonna get the free chip sample. I was like, I'm just gonna get some because I'm hungry because they were giving out the free sample. And I was like, damn, that's good. I said, I was like, man, this is good. I said, how much it cost? And I said, you know me, I'm loud. Next, you know, other people started coming up, and there was a lady, as I went back, the lady goes, yeah, this is good. And then they started buying more salsa. So it wasn't just me. I just trendsetter, you know?
You
Go to a gun show, get you some good salsa.
It's a salsa.
And they'll give you like there's beef jerky vendors and jewelry vendors. So if you want to take your wife too, I mean, she'll find something she'll like too.
Yeah. There was also that seasoning lady had that. Was it chicken that she gave us?
Yeah.
See, I thought you were gonna buy some of that. I thought for sure you were gonna buy it because you liked it.
Yeah, it was good, but I'm cheap, man. I'd rather make my own spicing.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
yeah, the only one I'll really buy out the door is Uncle Chris's seasoning. That's my
Really?
jam.
I never tried that.
Yeah, I've been eating that since I was a kid. My dad's always used that for steaks and stuff like that. But you can use it for chicken, steaks, fish, French fries, all that.
You know what? We got a barbecue coming up to celebrate D Block, aka
Oh
Dad's
yeah.
birthday. You know, hey, looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a little bit more food than the Space Texan Christmas. But yeah,
Just a little more? I don't know, man. There needs to be a lot more.
yeah. We'll get some brisket, some chicken, some sausage, some what is it called? Pork.
Jalapeno bombers.
I'll bring some chashu barbecue. I'll bring you some chashu barbecue too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a good old time.
East.
But anything else you want to touch on the gun shows? I know you may not have made it. You weren't able to make it, but I know you have some experience on the gun shows.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The gun shows are fun, man. Last few ones I haven't been able to make it, but I definitely got to go because I got to get some parts for this build, and then I got to get some. Don't laugh, but I got to get some high point mags. Like yeet cannon, man. Yeet.
Hey, like Frank said, RoboCop.
RoboCop gun, man.
That 45.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good deal, man. But yeah, man, I think it's a good way for us. Anything before we head out, gentlemen? We're almost out of time.
I want to show off. I want to show off one more thing.
Let's go.
My new baby.
You got a new one? What you got?
Well, y'all seen it.
Space Texans reveal. Oh yeah. Oh,
My
don't Black. You got to tell the story on this one.
Gorgeous. She's so nice, but she's so heavy.
Dang, I like that. Ain't nothing wrong with a little thickness. You know what I'm saying?
That was a hell of a deal, man, for that one.
Dude, thank you.
You see how he's saying like he didn't discover it, right? Tell us how you found it, man.
Yeah, man. I was looking for a 10 mil high point. I ain't gonna lie, and I know Modern Elite sometimes has them, so I just checked out the website, and that AK was there for $400, and I was like, well, I don't need one. Let me see if the boys need one, and Frank jumped on that one real quick.
Yep. As soon as he told me, I was like, I've been looking for an AK for a while.
For 400, bro?
Yeah.
Was it they say on the desk or on the shelf today or something like that? They
had just put it from what the website said.
Bro, you beat a lot of people for that AK, man.
Yeah, it did not look like this when I got it. Receipt on it. It was all blacked out. I upgraded it with Magpul furniture. Through the Midwest Industries side scope mount. Replaced the pistol grip with Magpul. Through the AR adapter for the buttstock. Yeah, and then I ended up picking up an EOTech, a legit EOTech 518 from one of my buddies online. I think I paid $300 for it.
Wow.
bad.
Deep. And then D Block hooked me up with the EOTech magnifier. We did a trade for some camera gear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And back to bartering and trading and, you know, silver and copper coins. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know when you want to make a trade with a brother.
This is the way.
This is the way. Oh, man. I think that's a good way to close. Anybody got anything before we close? That was a great topic, Frank. I'm so glad you brought that up, man. Thank you. Because I forgot we had that whole discussion. Frank's on the road.
One more thing.
Frank, let's go.
Sorry. One more thing.
Yeah.
For everybody that's watching, all these firearms are clear. There's no ammo in any of them. They're all empty magazines.
Yes, not loaded. We believe in gun safety and firearm safety. Like I said, we won't support anybody that's not safe with it or like, you know, upholding citizen of the firearm community. You know, we don't. And great. That's a great call out. We should have called that in the beginning. Definitely, guys. These are for gun ranges. And like I'm doing the broke boy AR builds. You know, so if I can get an Anderson, a Palmetto, Bear Creek upper. Actually, you know what? Bear Creek. I have a Bear Creek upper right now, and it's pretty solid in my 7.62 Stormtrooper build. So guys, don't be so quick to judge. And before we close out, did you know Palmetto came out and I think as an owner on a podcast, and he goes, "How do you guys do it so cheap?" And he goes, "Well, let me just be honest." He goes, "Let's say a lot of these people are making a lot of money." So I think the way I took from that is that, you know, these off brands may be the same quality as some of the stuff. It's like paying for Nike. You're paying for the label. Now, I'm sure when it comes to Daniel Defense and all that, that's different. But, you know, I'm thinking like from mid-tier to broke boy budget build, I think we have a solid budget build company. I don't think there's too much of a difference. Now, when I eventually start purchasing these other ARs, maybe I may change my tune, you know, as I get into arrows and maybe stag arms. But as for now, I'm pretty happy with my broke budget builds. I don't feel like they're solid. It's, you know, it's not less steel. It's still sick qualities build. You go online, people say great things about it. Only problem is it just doesn't have the fancy label. So now on the upper tier ones, I'm not gonna say it's the same as that. I'm not gonna get crazy, but from mid tier to budget, I haven't seen a major difference. Even that, and that's including looking at the gun shows, picking them up. You know, that Daniel Defense I picked up, that felt different. You know, that's what really had me reserve my comment from saying, "Hey, it's no different than the top tier." No, the top tier does feel different. And there's no wiggle. I know the wiggle seems to bother a lot of people in the AR community between your upper and lower, the wiggles. So, but man, Frank, all great topics, man. Block, you got anything?
No, not much, man. Other than filmmaking, that's about it.
Man, let's talk a little bit about the filmmaking, man. Let's go ahead and let's dabble, man. We got about 5 minutes. Let's talk about it.
Quick, short fake trailer project. You know, huge shout out to JP and Frank for helping out with that. And yeah, you know, it's first we had our Space Texan Christmas, and we filmed that same day.
Oh, no, so much fun, dude.
And yeah, it's got some more dates coming up for filming. Got props in, so yeah, you know, finally making the jump into filmmaking.
I got to stop you though. It's not a fake trailer. It is a midnight movie trash production trailer. There's nothing fake about your work. It is quality, it is skilled, you are experienced, and you have a background in this community. I will not let you call your trailer fake. Go ahead, bro. You got it back. I got to get that out of the way.
Appreciate that, man. But the term fake trailer is because it's for a fake movie, not that production's fake.
Okay, I'm ghetto street trash, sorry.
Yeah, that's the terminology for it. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be the jumping point to do it into a real thing and whatnot. But yeah, it's getting the feet wet, you know, seeing what, you know, where I'm messing up on. And yeah, it was interesting, nerve-wracking, ain't gonna lie. But yeah, you know, friends helped, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool.
I'm excited for this project because I met D-Block, Midnight Movie Trash. I met him when my son was in my kid's mom's belly, when he wasn't even born. You know, so he's been about this horror community and preparing for this film. Like even back in the day, he was talking about ideas and he was looking at, like, you know, for blood splatter or for graphic effects. My son is 19 years old. That's how far he's been putting into this project. So it's gonna be, I'm really excited about it, and I'm so excited to see him push through it. And I get to be a villain. And I'm not gonna lie, being a villain felt right for me, and that made me question my life, man. You know, I was so thankful you let me play the villain, because I don't know, that might be a thing for me, man. I might just be a known bad guy. I don't know. It was a fun experience. And then seeing you guys work, your chemistry, guys, your chemistry is amazing when you guys are filming. And like, you know, when it comes from a creative standpoint or like the vision, you know, you have the idea and then putting that vision in front of the camera. And I see you guys are really synced up. And like I said, I wouldn't comment too much on the photography side of it because I just don't have that experience. But just outside looking at the teamwork and you guys being synced up with the vision, I think that you're gonna have a high quality film. I think once you do put it together, man, you're gonna be really proud of your work, bro.
Yeah, man. That's one thing, Frank, man. You know, I just told him, you know, ballpark what I was looking for, and you know, I was watching it, seeing the footage. He nailed everything I had in my head that I was looking for on the first pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, Frank, you the man, bro.
Yeah, well, we've been working together for so long, man. So we're right here whenever we're doing stuff. So yeah, it helps that we work together so long. So
yeah. And the cool thing that we our chemistry is there's no ego between us.
That's huge.
It's like, you know, if Frank sees something that I don't see or I see, you know, we can talk to each other about it, and it comes from a point of suggestion, not direction.
Yeah,
you know, because we're both the same way. We hate to be told, you know, by somebody that doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can suggest it, but you know, don't sit there and be a director type deal.
If you don't have the experience and you don't know,
Yeah.
We got less than a minute, and that's a great point, man. Egos can ruin everything. You're totally right. We can drop out and finish this, or do you want to just close out?
It's cool. It's cool here, man.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, but hey, man, let the pros do the work. If you're not a pro, just stand back and let them cook. Stay in your lane. All right. Midnight Movie Trash. D Block. Frankie. I am Sparta Prawns. We are your Space Texas family. Have a great day. Anything that you want to close out with, gentlemen?
Yeet.
Yeet. Cannons. That's RoboCop. I don't know if y'all know RoboCop. It's not, by the way, RoboCop is not Star Wars or Star Trek.